is Red Eyes Radio. Good day and good evening, my friends, wherever you might be. And welcome to Red Eyes Radio. This is Henrik Palmgren, your host, coming to you live from the very warm west coast of Sweden. I hope you're all are feeling well and that you are ready, because we have a great program for you today. As I hope most of you know, we have Michael Tsarion with us today, and I also hope that you have been checking my site, red-ice.net, during the week, and that you know that we'll be doing a 6-part series with Michael right here on bbsradio.com. And this is our first program in this series, and we'll also be having a contest during each of these shows. And today you will have the opportunity to win the first program from Michael Tsarion's DVD series, Origins and Oracles. And this first program is called Atlantis, Alien Visitation and Genetic Manipulation. And it's a 5 DVD set, simply jam-packed with Michael's wonderful research material. And it is oriented around his first book with the same name. And Michael has been preparing questions for today's program, so I hope that we have some, folks out there who are listening live and ready to call and brave enough to talk to us here. So we'll be giving out that question, about 30 minutes into this show or something. So stay tuned. And the rules are very, very simple. The first person to call us with a correct answer will win the DVD. So we can give out the phone number right here at the start, so you'll be ready when time comes. And it's a toll-free number. You simply call 1-877-876-5227. Again, that's 1-877-876-5227. Or you can try 530-876-3222. And we'll be giving out those numbers again later on, so no worries if you missed it. And you can always find the numbers right on the front page of bbsradio.com, or if you follow the link to the contest page from my side also. And okay, now let's not forget that we also have a great program lined up for you today, and it's always an honor and a pleasure to speak with Michael Tsarion, and he always have an ability to dive right into the most interesting areas of his research, and I have been looking forward to kick off this program series very much. So hello Michael, and welcome back to the program, and thank you for, spoiling us yet again with another appearance on Red Eyes Radio.
Well, hey, son, Henrik.
Yeah, hey, son.
Able to, spend time again together with these great subjects and do justice to them with some, lengthier time with a series. That's a really phenomenal opportunity, I think. Yeah,
absolutely, and it's it's great to have you here, and thank you for taking the time to do this, and I think it's going to be great also. And how are things over there in the U.S. or you're in Washington, right?
At the moment, yes, I'm in Washington State.
Yeah, okay. Are you having a hot time over there too?
Well, yeah, we're the latest news about the Bin Laden, the whole concept that he's been found dead.
What?
That,
What? Tell me about this. I haven't heard.
Yeah, there's the rumor that Bin Laden may be in fact dead.
Oh.
A while ago from ill health is the latest sort of rumor going around. So we've been looking into that. It's kind of interesting because that would be the perfect cop-out. Because of course we understand that the government forces cannot continue searching for him and spending all that money. And why would they really want to be searching to discover or to find and to bring to justice a guy that they've been paying all along in the beginning because anybody who's followed my work and David Icke's work know that Carlyle Group has already been funding, bin Laden as a very key member of the old Carlyle Group and has been funded by America.
Yeah.
So we can hardly understand that American forces are going to want to bring their own guy to ever bring him to justice. But on the other hand, the search for bin Laden can't go on indefinitely, obviously. So there has to be some sort of resolution. So what would be better? What would be the perfect ruse than to say, "Oh my goodness, guess what? They kept it from us. He died of ill health, months ago."
Yeah.
And Al Qaeda didn't tell us about it, and now our research is telling us, Pakistani intelligence, the guy is dead. So we can kind of basically scale back the operation. So America comes out with a good face. The American government comes out with a good face, and they can sort of scale back on the investigation and never have to bring the guy to justice, so that people ask a bunch of difficult questions.
Interesting.
Right? Scenario.
Yeah, and this is this a mainstream press reporting on this?
It was, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very interesting. Let's
going around on the internet.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. I gotta.
When people realize just how these secret forces work. Basically, when we realize how concocted everything is, and that almost without fail, be it the Barter Meinhof or the PLO or the IRA,
yeah,
or Saddam Hussein, the famous nemesis that are always created and put up in front of us. These are bogeymen. When we finally understand how the game works.
Yeah.
I think wasn't it on a show recently, one of our last shows where we spoke about that a little bit, about how the research into secret societies and subversive movements and into alternative history is pretty much a very recent thing.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and see, we still haven't really got it. Our attention has been on so many different things. We have accepted, our forefathers at least have accepted official reports for everything that's ever happened.
Yeah.
So, it's only in very recent times, and that's why there is still a lot of knee-jerk reaction from people when you bring out the points of the dialectic and how the secret societies operate, is because it's still a bitter pill to swallow, because it's kind of a new kind of research. It really does date from within a 30 to 50-year period where serious questions have started to be asked about the alternative history of the world. So, it's still, people have to catch on to what's going on.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. It feels like it's an almost like a collective awakening process to much of the information, and of course, internet makes this available to us, and through the work, the kind of work that you do, and of course, but I mean, I know that you base a lot of your research material on you research other people who have researched, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, this information got to come from somewhere. I mean, can we trust all the sources, so to speak? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's like anything. You have to treat it like any course of study. You have to treat it reverently and diligently, and you have to address this kind of subject matter in exactly the same way that you address going to night school or taking a university class. You see?
Yeah.
Or any kind of course. Well, you have to be serious about it. I mean, we are serious about the ordinary courses that we take because we know they're going to get us a job. So for some pragmatic reason.
Yeah.
We will take an orientation at work. We will go on a training course or whatever. We'll take night classes, and we'll spend our money. We'll pay our time. We'll spend our time, and we will listen to the teacher, and we will also absorb a lot of false information.
Yeah.
But what we will do is we will give our energy and our time, and it's no different with these subjects. They must be treated reverently, and therefore you have to use your discrimination and do your homework to be able to discover through simple research and through simple discernment who is right. There's no way that I could have written any of my books. I've always said that without William Bramley, without Jack Barringer, and without Jordan Maxwell, the Atlantis book that I wrote could never probably have come into existence, at least in the form that it is. And certainly without people like Jim Fitzpatrick, the great Irish artist, that started me off in this subject way back in 1980 or 1979.
Interesting, isn't it?
Without people like Ahmed Osman and Mustafa Ghedali, you see, and Ralph Ellis. The Irish Origins of Civilization book and my work on that subject could never be done. And I'm very open about the people that have inspired me in times before. That's very, very key to always remember the ones who have gone before us.
Yeah.
And you're talking about America in American context. Yeah, there is a sort of an awakening coming because we now have people like Alex Jones coming out of the mainstream, you see, coming out to a very mainstream audience and trying to wake people up.
Yeah.
You know? And there's been in the past people like Eustace Mullins and Gary Allen, the senator here, and you've had Charles Lindbergh Sr., you see. So you've had a lot of people now, other than Eustace Mullins, the people before, in, say, the early turn of the century or maybe up through the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, in America didn't make a career as alternative historians. They were either politicians, you see, or clergymen, or they had some other kind of job. There was businessmen, perhaps, like Henry Ford or whatever, and they may have spoken briefly about the world conspiracy. It's not that they made their whole livelihood at it. We have to wait until we come up almost to the people like Gary Allen and like Eustace Mullins, who actually sat down and wrote books on it, who literally sat down and wrote physically on it, before we can really say that the culture has begun, where individuals are literally questioning what the symbolism in government means, you see, and what the agendas might be behind the scenes. This is so phenomenally recent. And I think we mentioned this before, that people need to be realized that this is a new subject. There has been no campaign of coherent, proactive opposition against the world conspiracy or the world order. That opposition begins now. I say this in the DVDs, you know, at the end of the DVDs when we're doing the solution parts of the scenario. We have to be absolutely convinced, not be pessimistic, say, oh my goodness, how could this all happen? You know, well, how could it happen that the mafia got created? Stroke of the pen, when the American government signed in prohibition, instantly the mafia and other groups like them, where the seed was planted. Groups that never could have existed before, instantly became powerful overnight by a single law called prohibition, which, by the way, was meant to be in a free country. But the so-called free country is not going to tell you that you can drink alcohol or not. You know, when we talk to American audiences, we've got to remind them, please tell me what is free about your country. You not only had, you know, prohibition, which basically told you what you could and could not drink in this country, my goodness, but then out of that edict, out of that law that was passed, against your will, against your say-so, came some of the most pernicious mafioso-type societies in the world. And they ruled here for a long, long time, and have basically, you know, still in power, many of them. So,
and it feels like the only difference between, if we are to draw these parallels, of course, between us and them, is that they are the ones who just, you know, they just set out and do it. They just, you know, perform these acts right in front of our face, and as long as we don't say anything, you know, they can go ahead.
That's right. And it was, you know, that's a matter of scale. If the mafia can be created like that, from a government edict, and people can accept that, why can they not accept that further up the pyramid, you see? And the reason why they cannot is because, one, and we must never forget this, it is a very recent form of study. The people in this world take things tremendously for granted. If a thing is out for 5 minutes, they're already bored. In this subject, we have to understand, no, this is so new, and that you are part of a privileged generation to have the websites, to have, you know, the speakers even on radio. If you hear anybody exposing this, to hold a book by, you know, Eustace Mullins or any of these great teachers in your hand, or by even if we want to go back in Britain, it did happen earlier, at the turn of the century with Nesta Webster, you see, and a whole bunch of other people in a European context. But in an American context,